It was already late at night when Pei Hang returned to the inn. The surroundings were silent, and he opened the door to his room and sat down at a table near the window. On the table stood a medium-sized wooden bucket. Lifting the lid, he saw it was 7/10 full of clear water, with a wooden ladle floating on top. Though simple, the bucket had been specially crafted by the best carpenter in the town's west, using the finest locust wood, so that the fragrance of the wood could infuse the water, enhancing the sweetness of the mountain spring. Pei Hang's face was cold as he picked up the ladle and brought it to his lips, but he didn't drink. Instead, he gazed out at the courtyard. Suddenly, the third watch's clapper sounded. A pale green figure slipped out of the innkeeper's room, gently closing the door behind her and glancing around before tiptoeing towards the main gate. A ghostly breeze blew, and the low clouds parted, revealing a strip of moonlight that illuminated the figure's face. The long, narrow face, adorned with dark eyebrows and rosy cheeks, bore a striking resemblance to Yingyang, whom he had seen in the evening. Pei Hang waited until she had left the gate before rising and following her. Standing beneath a pavilion across from the inn, Pei Hang took his time straightening his sleeves before knocking. His eyes gleamed with the predatory smile after waiting 7 days and 7 nights. He had finally seen his first prey enter the house. How could he not smile? Knock, knock, knock. The sound of the door knocker echoed, and a flicker of light appeared in the window. A woman's low voice asked, "Who is it?" "Miss Yinniang, it's Pei Hang," he replied. The door creaked open a slit, revealing Yinniang's pale face. "What brings you here so late, sir?" she asked softly. Pei Hang's smile was enigmatic. "And what business did you have in the innkeeper's room at this hour?" Yingyang bent double with laughter, then stood upright, leaning against the doorpost and giving him a sidelong glance. "Sir, you're teasing me. In a brothel, what business is there to speak of? Merely transactions." "What kind of transactions?" Yingyang laughed again, flipping her silk scarf at him. "The best kind, the kind all men enjoy." Pei Hang grasped her wrist through his sleeve, his voice cold. "Could I be your customer for this transaction?" Yingyang laughed heartily. "They say prostitutes have no heart, but for money, Yinnyang would do anything. Are you not in a hurry to find someone?" A sly smile played on Pei Hang's lips. "I am, but seeing you has made me even more eager." "Sir, you're such a joker," Yinnyang giggled, collapsing into his arms. Pei Hang, however, used her momentum to shift to one side, lifting her horizontally and carrying her into the room. Inside, it was pitch black. Pei Hang carried Yinnyang and took a few steps in the dark. Yinnyang whispered in his arms, "Sir, don't look for it. The bed's over there." Pei Hang's smile was ominous. "Why the rush to get into bed? Aren't you afraid of dying there?" Yinnyang laughed as well. "I'm afraid you might die on top of me." Pei Hang chuckled softly. "Why don't you give it a try?" As he finished speaking, he turned and pinned Yinnyang to the bed, and the two became entangled. In the darkness, Yinnyang's laughter gradually faded into soft panting. The brocade curtains hung low, and clothes lay scattered. Suddenly, a pale green light shot up from Yinnyang's body. Yinnyang groaned, and a strong scent of blood filled the room. Pei Hang sneered and casually got up, pulling on his clothes and lighting a candle. The flickering flame revealed a scene of horror.